play right, cause they can't miss. All about the game, that's a cold switch. Serving up the truth, call it ruthless. Tune in and get your fix from Blake and Vish Sports.
Do you expect AJ Green to have this type of season so far? Do you want to talk AJ Green?
Yeah, sure. I thought this was a good question too. So I guess I'll say I didn't think he looked good last year either. He didn't look that great on the Bengals. But to be fair, this is kind of the first time he's actually been healthy in what seems like 3 years. Like he's had season-ending injuries, he's had lingering injuries, and I think that he was maybe a little rusty or just hadn't played in a while last year. And then it also helps too when you go from being like the guy on the outside, third option, to now being the fourth option or even fifth option in the passing game. That might have some effect on it too. But AJ Green's been consistently getting about 5 targets a game, which I think is pretty good for him at this point. And he's not someone that defenses have to really focus on at all. I mean, you have Kyler Murray, someone you have to think about, and then obviously DeAndre Hopkins too. So I think he has looked a lot better and done better than I would have thought. Because I'm with you, Pinehart. He did not look that great last year, but maybe in this more reduced role, not asking much of him, I think that could be better. Maybe just being in a spread offense helps a lot as well.
Yeah, I actually did expect it. I'm a huge AJ Green fan, full disclosure. He's been one of my favorite players since he was drafted. And I tweeted when Arizona signed AJ Green, I thought it was a really good signing. I mean, him replacing Larry Fitzgerald to me as kind of the receiver that used to be like amazing, possibly Hall of Fame wide receiver. Was I thought a big upgrade because I thought Fitzgerald just wasn't very good. I know he's a consummate professional. He's one of the greats. He's maybe a top 5 receiver of all time, but Fitzgerald is slow at this point in his career. I was joking last year that Trent Williams might be faster than Larry Fitzgerald, and I mean that not in a disrespectful way. It's just a testament to the fact that the guy has lasted being so durable for so many years. Eventually, just playing football catches up with you. I really thought AJ Green would be. Blake just disappeared, so we'll just continue. I really thought AJ Green would be special this year. I tweeted out like I mentioned before, when they signed him, that I thought he could be a key contributor. I'm not too shocked, honestly. What's up, Blake? I'm not too shocked by his season so far. I am shocked by the Arizona entire weapons. Like I think Chase Edmonds and James Conner, those are the 2 guys that have actually really shocked me. They've been fantastic this season.
Yeah.
But AJ Green, I'm not.
Yeah, Chase Edmonds and I think James Conner's been my biggest surprise. I mean, he was like the feature back on the Steelers for a little bit, and then he just had injuries. But his new role has been just pretty much, if it's anything in short and then on the goal line, they'll feed it to him. And I guess
He scores.
it's really effective because, I mean, the last couple of years, it's kind of just been goal line, just Kyler Murray, just take the ball and do something and figure it out. But now it's just give James Conner the ball, set him right up the middle, and he's been really effective at that. So I think that's been kind of an interesting storyline thus far. But yeah, I'm a little surprised Vish maybe not as an AJ Green fan, but yeah, that is that. And then Jeet, thank you for the donation. Jeet says, what will you have to see out of Lance to say he should continue to be the starter?
I can take this first. I don't think you really need to see anything. As long as he's able to protect himself in terms of not looking totally out of sorts on the field. And he did look totally out of sorts when he first came into the game, especially that third quarter. We've talked about it ad nauseum when we've talked about him, was very rough, but he settled himself. He showed the ability to solve problems on the field, figure out ways, adapt situationally. And so he got better as the game went on. And to me, that's all he really needs to do. As long as he can show that he's able to play out there, I don't see why you need to start anybody else, because he's just going to keep getting better as he keeps playing. We saw that Seattle game in that small half in kind of a really difficult situation to even judge, because he came in the middle of the half against a division rival without really them having a full plan of how they wanted to use him and all of that confusion, tough situation to get thrown into. and he still showed the ability that he was getting better as the game went on. And to me, that's all he really needs to show. Just be comfortable on the field. So keep your poise and just be confident in the game plan and be able to just execute most of it or some of it, and then just be getting better. To me, that's all I think it really needs. He's the third overall pick.
Yeah, I'm similar with you. I think the main thing for me is I know his accuracy is not going to improve just overnight. Like that, you just know that's not going to happen. You know, there's going to be times where he should throw a little with a little more touch and not just a rocket, but that's going to improve over time. I think the one thing for me that looked chaotic when he came in was his pocket presence, and he just did not look comfortable in the pocket. And I think the only way with that is you're going to have to be out there, and that's something that the more you're in an actual game, you'll improve at that. That's something that the more weeks you play, the more comfortable you'll get with that, and you can see that gradual improvement. So I think that for me is kind of the main thing that just he needs to show some improvement on, just throughout the game, even feeling more comfortable in the pocket, not putting his head down and running the second he feels pressure. And after that, I mean, I think all the other stuff will kind of fix itself over time or through practice and all that. So I think pocket presence for me is the key thing.
Right, comfortability in the pocket. And again, we talked about it, but that was one thing that did get better as the game went on.
Mhm.
And it just goes back to that. Is he comfortable? And if he's comfortable in being able to play, I don't think there's a specific threshold where he needs to do this or he needs to do that, because at some point they just need to play him and go through it with him.
But who knows? Maybe Jimmy will come back after the bye and look great. Maybe Lance will take the reins. We have talked about this previously. If we have a video, should they continue to start Lance? Uh, Long story short, we both said yes. So if you want to see our reasoning for that, go check out that video. But thank you again for the donation.